5 people you should never be kind to in old age. If you want to protect your peace and happiness as we age, our priorities, our tolerance, and our need for peace often become more pronounced. We no longer have the energy for drama, negative influences, or toxic relationships that drain our happiness. And while kindness is an admirable quality, there are times when being kind to certain people may actually come at a great cost to your emotional and mental well-being. It's important to recognize that protecting your peace in old age is not selfish. It's an act of self-care. There's wisdom in knowing who to trust, who to spend time with, and who to avoid, especially when it comes to relationships that may have been long-standing or difficult to navigate. Let's explore 5 types of people you should consider being cautious about in your later years to ensure your peace and happiness are safeguarded. 1. The emotional drainers. The scenario. These are the individuals who constantly demand emotional support without ever offering anything in return. They tend to overshare their problems, making every conversation about their needs and struggles. While it's natural to support others, these people take it to the extreme, leaving you feeling drained and mentally exhausted. Why you should protect yourself. As you age, your emotional energy becomes more valuable. Constantly giving to people who do not give back is a form of emotional taxation. Emotional drainers often believe they are entitled to your energy and affection without reciprocating it. The imbalance can lead to burnout and resentment. Signs to look for. They never ask about your well-being. Conversations with them always revolve around their problems. No matter what you're going through, they guilt-trip you into providing emotional support when you're clearly not in the space to do so. How to protect your peace. Learn to set clear boundaries. You do not owe anyone constant emotional labor, especially if they are unwilling to share the load. If you continue to engage with them, do so with clear limits on how much emotional energy provide. It's okay to distance yourself from people who do not support your mental health. 2. The manipulators. The scenario. Manipulators are individuals who use guilt, persuasion, and subtle emotional tactics to get what they want from you. In old age, these people might prey on your generosity or need for companionship to achieve their goals, whether financial, social, or emotional. Why you should protect yourself. Manipulators are skilled at making you feel responsible for their well-being or success, even when their issues are the result of their own choices. They thrive on exploiting your sense of kindness and empathy to get ahead. The danger lies in the slow erosion of your peace of mind as they manipulate your decisions. Signs to look for. They often put the blame on you for their problems. They use your kindness or guilt to convince you to make concessions you normally wouldn't. They subtly control the conversation to focus on their needs, not yours. How to protect your peace. It's vital to recognize when someone is manipulating your emotions. When someone repeatedly tries to make you feel guilty or responsible for their life, it's a clear red flag. In these situations, stand firm in your values and limit the amount of influence they have over your decisions. 3. The chronic negative thinkers. The scenario. These individuals are constantly seeing the glass half empty. They criticize others, complain about life, and rarely have anything positive to say. While negativity is a part of life, chronic negative thinkers tend to spread it in a way that weighs heavily on those around them. Why you should protect yourself. In your golden years, you should surround yourself with positivity and people who lift you up, not those who drag you down. Chronic negativity can significantly impact your mental health, making it difficult to stay hopeful and enjoy the moments of joy in life. Signs to look for. They have a pessimistic outlook on everything. No matter how small the situation is, they rarely have good things to say about other people or situations. They discourage you from doing things that would bring you happiness. How to protect your peace. While it's tempting to try and fix or help a chronic negative thinker, it's often an exercise in frustration. Instead of engaging in their negativity, try to steer conversations toward more positive topics. Limit time spent with them, and if necessary, create physical or emotional distance when their negative energy becomes overwhelming. 4. The jealous and envious individuals. The scenario. These are the people who secretly, or not so secretly, resent you for what you have, be it your health, your family, your success, or your happiness. They mask their jealousy with false kindness, but it's clear that they are threatened by your good fortune. Why you should protect yourself. Jealousy can lead to toxic relationships, where the person constantly undermines your achievements or belittles your successes. In old age, you don't need people in your life who thrive on competition or envy. It only serves to breed resentment and a toxic atmosphere. Signs to look for. They always compare their life to yours in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable. They downplay your achievements or successes. They offer backhanded compliments or make snide remarks when you're happy. How to protect your peace. Jealous individuals often act out of insecurity, but that doesn't mean you should let them get under your skin. Recognize the behavior for what it is and protect your peace by not engaging with it. Reaffirm your own worth and remember that their jealousy is a reflection of their own struggles, not your shortcomings. 5. The chronic victims. The scenario. These individuals are always the victim. No matter the situation, they play the part of someone who's always wronged or misunderstood, and they'll bring this negative narrative into your life at every opportunity. They never take responsibility for their actions and instead blame everyone else for their problems. Why you should protect yourself. Chronic victims drain your energy because they refuse to take responsibility for their actions or their circumstances. In old age, you have limited time and energy to engage with people who perpetually victimize themselves. They refuse to change or grow, and their negativity is something you shouldn't have to bear. Signs to look for. They refuse to accept responsibility for their actions and always blame others. They perpetuate a woe is me attitude. Despite support and solutions being available, they drain your emotional energy by constantly reminding you of their misfortunes. How to protect your peace. It's important to draw boundaries with chronic victims. Listen to them, but don't let them suck you into their negative cycle. Offer support when necessary, but refuse to get emotionally entangled in their continuous victimhood. Set limits on how much emotional support you're willing to provide. Conclusion. As we age, our priorities shift. The relationships that once seemed central to our lives may no longer serve us in the way we need. Protecting your peace and happiness becomes one of the most important acts of self-care. While kindness is a virtue, it's important to understand that not everyone deserves your time, energy, and emotional labor. Some individuals can drain you, manipulate you, or bring you down without any benefit to your well-being. Remember, setting healthy boundaries is not selfish, it's an act of self-love. So, in your golden years, prioritize peace, surround yourself with positive influences, and keep your emotional health a top priority. Your happiness depends on it.